Okay, some people are just complete and fucking dumbass idiots today. And I'm gonna just count everybody on the internet as just being irredemicably stupid. If you haven't heard the news, the Wii U is not getting a multiplayer version of Batman Arkham Origins. Okay. First of all, it's being done by Splash Damage, the same people who, cluster fucked on their other multiplayer game. And secondly, you're all a bunch of morons. All I've been hearing is, oh, this is going to kill Nintendo. Probably something else will kill Nintendo, but it ain't going to be this. First of all, Nintendo's already got a profit, but that's not the real issue here. And the people who are waiting for their PS4s and their Xbox Ones are going to know this. And the real issue about not having the multiplayer on the Wii U is the PS4 and the Xbox One. As we all know, Batman Arkham Origin is not coming out for those systems. And here's where the real problem comes in. A lot of people, and most of people don't understand this, is that most average gamers and, the casual gamers and all of them sell their systems to get a newer system. That's the way it does. And of course, with the PS4 being out. And by the way, Arkham Origin is coming out in November, which is the supposed date of the Xbox One and the PS4. The supposed. So, I mean, but PS4 may be coming out in October, but who cares? And a lot of people are going to be ditching their Xbox 360s and PS3s by that time. Mostly because these are when the new systems come in, and mostly that those are the systems that's going to be played the most or in the next gen consoles. And the only next gen console Batman Arkham Origins is coming out is the Wii U, which unfortunately they're going to gimp it. So they're going to basically say, stick with your old system, and they're going to say, no, we don't want to stick with our old system because we want the newer systems with the newer games. It's dumb. It's emphatically the most stupidest move I've ever seen WB make. Because they're like, oh, but all these people are buying a whole bunch of these 360s right now, and they're going to keep buying them even though the new systems come out. When the new systems come out, and this always happens every generations, the older systems drop like a rock in sales. Their games kind of hurt, but it does end up hurting them. Only the consoles that are, within the next generation, like the Wii U, are not going to be affected by this. So it's just good to just keep, put everything you can into the Wii U until the next consoles come out. When the PS4 and the Xbox One comes out. It's a smarter business tactic, and yes, it probably won't sell very much in the short run, but in the long run, it will hold out and it will bring the replayability back. And people will want to replay the game over and over and over and over. And then they can. But when you take away the replayability by putting them into a console that people are ditching, that's not good. That's actually kind of brain dead. And everybody's just all like, oh, but my 360 can still do all these multiplayer stuff, blah, 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 blah. But I am selling my 360 and getting this new consoles, but there's no multiplayer in the Wii U version, so I'm not going to get the Wii U version and play the 360 version. Well, good luck on playing the 360 version because you just said you're going to sell it to get the newer system, you moron. So, yeah, that's a problem. And I'm hearing it all over the fucking internet. Of course, Black Bond's got his usual dread of nonsensical shit, not realizing that, that's not going into the next gen, Black Bond. That's going to stay onto the current gen, and a lot of people are going to ditch that current gen for the next gen consoles. And the same, and then you have Review Tech USA who's saying the same moronic shit like, oh, but everybody's going to stick with the 360 version. Yeah, but a lot of people are going to ditch their 360 versions and go with, you know, the PS4 or the Xbox One versions. Mostly it's going to probably be PS4 since their pre orders are selling out the most. So, Batman Arkham City, Arkham Origins isn't going to stay in their living rooms for very much long, for a very much of a long time. And that's not good, especially when you're selling a game in the middle of a console. When people start dropping one console for another console, you don't want to do this. You don't want to start gimping it, or saying, "Oh, let's just take out features because our this version's not going to sell." Well, yeah, it's not going to sell, but in the long run, it will sell. And of course, the best thing they could have done was put the fucking Arkham Origins on the goddamn Xbox One and PS4. But Warner Brothers brain is outside their head, and then all the people are outside their heads thinking that they're going to sell their Xbox 360s and then play Batman Arkham Origins after they've sold it and then say, "Oh, but the Wii U version is dead." It's dumb. Yeah, there'll be people out there who'll keep their Xbox 360s and PS3s. And yes, there'll probably still be some new buyers, but they will diminish once the PS4 and the Xbox Ones comes out. And it will diminish badly. And Batman, and with the definitive versions being on the consoles that diminish badly, except for the PC, that one will still sell out. It will hurt the game. And the only version that they will probably be interested in, most people will probably have at the time, is the Wii U version. And it's remarkably stupid. But everybody's out there just thinking, hey, we can have physics, where we could sell an item, but still buy a game for that item and sell that item for a next gen of that item, and then buy a game for that last gen, and then magically play it with sprinkles and rainbows and little reindeers or unicorns. It's dumb. I'm sorry, but this is the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. The dumbest thing I've heard Warner Brothers ever do, and the dumbest things I've heard from, well, the gaming community altogether. Arkham Origin is coming out right when the new consoles are going to start selling. Now, at first, the sales won't hurt, but given 2 or 3 months afterwards, you're going to really see a drop and a dip in the sales. And of course, it's going to look like, hey, maybe you should have released your games for the next gen if you were coming out on the month of the next gen, because you probably shouldn't have gimped your only next gen console. You really made a mistake here, WB Games. You gimped the only console that's going to hold out into the next gen, and you ditched and you put everything into two consoles that ain't going to be around for very much of a long period of time. And all you're going to end up getting is probably a few hardcore gamers in a multi-playing library that's just going to diminish and probably disappear in probably a year or so. I really mean it. The multiplayer on the Xbox 360 and PS3 will probably diminish pretty much down to almost zero to nothing within a year. Because, and I'm not saying that the Wii U is going to kill it, it's just that it's all going to go to the PS4 and the Xbox One because people would rather, do their multiplayers on that. And guess what? They're not backwards compatible. And the only real playable version that will be left will be the Wii U version, but you took away the multiplayer. And that's the only version that will probably hold out. And it's a dumb tactic. It's really bad and it's really really stupid. And in about a year or so, or even half a year, in 2014, probably about the summer, it will just be nothing more than a memory. Arkham Origin will just disappear in everybody's memories, and Warner Brothers will start feeling the burn for this stupidity. This was not a smart move, Warner Brothers. And to everybody else, please grow a brain.